Revival is a visitation from God, and as we said, it brings renewed life. It brings a sense of God's near presence, a sense of holiness, a sense of real joy, and a sense of purpose, and then a sense of re-energized zeal. You know, when revival comes, it's an important thing. Historically, revivals have always been preceded by spiritual decline. And that's what we see when we read Bible history, when you read in the Bible itself and you look at the nation of Israel, you see there'd always be a period of spiritual decline. And this is where I say to people, you see, with all the things we see around the world and the things that we are reading about and the stories we hear in our country and everything, and it looks like things are just going south. Listen, that is the environment for revival. That's the correct atmosphere for revival. Revival comes in those times when there's total decline. When we see in the Bible how revival came, and it was preceded by spiritual decline, marked by divisiveness, and you find that there was anger among people, continual crisis, people got into addictions, you know, and you see in some of our churches around, you know, you see there's a generation of children, you know, who come from our kids, you know, who have gone into all kinds of things, and they have parents who served God, parents who went to church, took them to church, did their best, but these kids just decided just to go the other way. They're drinking, smoking, doing all kinds of things, far from God, far from church, far from everything. You know, getting into stuff, things they never ever were raised in, experimenting in things that they never ever did even when they were teenagers. And that's the time we need revival. That's the time we need a visitation from God. When we see that decline, when we see addictions rising, and when we see as well people going into autopilot, where people are serving God without passion. It's almost like they're just dragging themselves, you know. And it's an amazing thing to see God just renew and God revive and God raise us up. And let me tell you, Bazalana, this revival is not something that's confined to Pentecostal people or spirit-empowered churches. This revival is everywhere. It's everywhere.